Hi guys. It's a very impromptu video. I was sitting down here, or I was contemplating cleaning my room, and I just can't get myself straight. My head's all over the place, and I just haven't really been feeling myself the last few weeks. We were in Belfast at the weekend and I just wasn't feeling good, and I was like, oh my god, I'm getting my period and I just feel real sluggish and I feel real slow, and I was moody and tired and all of the above. When I came home here at the weekend, I was like, I still haven't got my period, and it's 7 days late now. So I decided today I would go to Tesco's and get a pregnancy test to try and kind of maybe put my mind at rest and see, you know, obviously I've been overthinking things, delaying my period. I just took the tests there now, guys, and I had to take 2 because I actually cannot believe it, but I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm pregnant. I really don't even know what to say. I had about an hour for it to kind of like sink in, and I've cried and everything and was like, oh my god, especially when I did the first one and it came back positive. I was like, it has to be a false positive. I'll wait and I'll do another one. And I've been peeing so much lately, I didn't have to wait too long to do the second one, and I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I don't know what to feel. Like, I feel really happy. Like, obviously we discussed that we wanted to have children and stuff. That has been a discussion, but like to actually, I suppose, I don't even know what I'm saying, but like for it to be positive and stuff, like that's obviously a bit more serious than just discussing. I have to tell Paddy. That's kind of like the most important thing right now, I suppose, is telling him. My mum's here, and I came out of the bathroom crying, and she was like, what on earth is going on? And I had to tell her, and she started crying then as well. So yeah, I need to tell Paddy before obviously anyone else finds out, but my mum and dad know already, so he needs to know now. But yeah, we're gonna have a little baby. I can't really believe it. I'm in the doctor's on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, so I will do a little bit more vlogging and chatting to you guys on Thursday. And we can kind of discuss a bit more, and I'll let you know what my doctor says. My doctor's fantastic. It's so funny because I just went for my smear last week, like 2 weeks ago, and I remember being like, in that vlog, being like, oh, if I ever have a baby down the line, way off in the future, I'll be going to Hollow Street. Looks like I'll be making a trip to Hollow Street a lot quicker than I actually thought I would be. I'll talk to you guys after my appointment on Thursday with the doctor to see what she says. Hi guys, I meant to come back to talk to you earlier on today, but I've just kind of been a bit of an emotional wreck today. I just had my doctor's appointment today. I'm actually driving over to Paddy's house right now. Doctor's appointment today, and I went into her and kind of like relayed all my symptoms and was explaining how I was feeling, and explained to her that I'd taken the 2 tests. So she said, look, we'll do another test here now. And then she took my blood pressure, my temperature and my weight and height, and everything's normal, but obviously the test came back positive again. So she confirmed that I am just over 5 and a bit weeks, so I'm approaching 6 weeks, I think, next Monday. I have to like look over my notes again. My due date is May 4th, so may the 4th be with you. It's very exciting. I have to ring my doctor back on Monday to confirm what hospital I'd like to go to, and then she will send out all my details of when I have to get my scan. Paddy cannot come to any of the scans due to COVID, so I'm going to be doing them all alone, which is fine. I mean, I'm fine with all of that. I'm not really scared of anything or nothing. The symptoms that I'm having are just a bit like, I'm very nauseous at the moment, craving a lot of salt, and that is because I'm peeing a lot. That's what the doctor was saying. I asked her a couple of like important questions that I had just kind of on my mind, particularly about supplements, because I was taking a lot of supplements, obviously B12, zinc, magnesium, and she told me to go on the pregnant care supplement, that it has everything I needed, including folic acid, which I was already taking prior to this. I think I've been taking folic acid for a long time anyway, because just to be on the safe side, to take folic acid. And then she kind of gave me a list of foods I can and cannot eat. Kind of knew them all as well, just from being a nutritionist, but it was good just to hear the doctor kind of relay some of them. Caffeine was my other big problem, and I was worried about that. She said that a few cups of tea a day is not going to kill me. I spoke to her about the alcohol at the weekend, that I was out drinking. Obviously I was in Belfast and we were having drinks and cocktails and, you know, all that, and she said to me that that's fine, that don't worry, like a lot of women drink and not know that they're pregnant, so it's okay. I was also worried a little bit about COVID. Am I more susceptible to COVID or anything like that? She said no, you know, take the normal precautions, obviously washing your hands, and, you know, don't be in crowded places. Obviously it's easier said than done because a lot of people are kind of crowding around the place now, and just kind of keep safe. The only thing I'm worried about is Paddy's playing football, obviously, so he's out with the lads and stuff, and I'm just more concerned about that. But football is finishing in 2 weeks, so I think we'll be all right. Sorry, my sensor's going off. I had to untwist from my seatbelt. So I'm not worried too much about, like, obviously close contact with people. Once Paddy finishes football, that'll be great, and I know he's going back in a couple of months, but we'll see what way COVID is in a few more months. I don't really have to think of anything till after Christmas in my head, like any essentials or anything like that. I'm kind of like not going to be too worried about anything like that. By the time you guys see this video, it'll probably be coming up to Christmas, so I'll be starting to kind of plan everything out. I'm obviously not thinking of anything in particular other than just my health, the baby's health, and obviously I know Paddy's going to be really concerned about me. I don't want him to be too overly concerned about me. I'm well able to look after myself. We had so many plans. I was saying that to my doctor about like travel this year. None of those things happened. Our buying of a house has been put on hold, so we won't be buying a house till next year anyway. We're still saving for the house and everything, but it won't be happening until next year. But look, this is just kind of another thing that 2020, you know, an unexpected thing, part of 2020. It's probably like one of the most positive things that's happened to me in 2020, so I'm very happy. I'm sure that he will be really happy once I tell him and the shock kind of subsides. When the time is right, we'll be able to get our house. I'm not worrying about things like that. I'm just really not. Like I said, everything kind of falls into place. You just kind of get your stuff organized. A lot of my friends have had babies and they've been living at home. They haven't been living in their forever home, or they've been renting, and things have worked out just fine for them now. And you know what, it's the way it's supposed to be, and I always am a firm believer in the universe, and what's for you won't pass you by, and all that jazz. And this is just one of those things. I will do a video all about my early pregnancy symptoms and stuff, and I'll upload that for you guys. But my early pregnancy symptom, my number one symptom, was a nauseous stomach. I'd say that I was probably maybe a week pregnant by the time I felt nauseous, so I didn't think anything of it. Obviously I hadn't missed my period at this stage. The second thing that I'm really noticing, it was the tender boobs, very sore, especially just in here, like towards the inner part, and around my nipple area was extremely painful, very sensitive, and just very uncomfortable. They're kind of subsided a bit. They're still quite tender. I would describe it as if someone like punched me in the boob. That's the kind of feeling. It's not like a period pain at all. I have a lot of lower kind of like cramps, kind of like period cramps, just in my lower abdomen, and particularly in my back. My lower back is quite not painful, it's just cramping, and it just feels like there's a cramp in my lower back. And particularly on my left side, I'm kind of getting a bit of cramping, but then it moves to my right side, so it's kind of just all in my lower abdomen. But that is kind of my only symptoms as of now. It's Tuesday. I said I would come back on Monday, but I left it a little bit. I hope you guys are keeping really well. I suppose the last time I left you, I was going to tell Paddy about the baby, and I did tell him, and he was really excited, and I was crying, and I was really upset because I was like, oh my god, how am I going to tell him? You know the way you're just like, I was trying to like process it and how to tell him. I got my nails done as well yesterday, by the way, so I was like processing how to tell him and everything, and I just kind of like blurted it out. We went over to Porterstown. It's like an area in Castleknock. Porterstown is like where he used to do training and stuff when he was little. for football. But anyway, I just kind of was crying, and then he was like, what is wrong, are you okay? And I told him that I was pregnant, and he was like, oh my god, Aisling, this is really good news, like don't be crying, like why are you so upset? And straight away he was like, oh, I'm really excited. Look, I'm, you know, obviously shocked, because like both of us were, but he's like shocked in a good way. And he was just really supportive. It was the best reaction I could have ever hoped for. So straight after he was like, let's go and tell my mum and dad. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, I want to tell them. So we went and told them, and they were really excited as well. And I was in tears, like I mean full on, couldn't control my crying. And they were just like, relax, you're fine. So they know, Paddy obviously knows, and his brothers know, and I told Ollie on Friday. See, my mum and dad know, so that is it, and I'm going to be keeping that pretty much on the QT. I rang my doctor yesterday, told her which hospital I'm happy to go to, told her which consultant I want, because I did a lot of research on Friday with Ollie. It was great actually telling her, because the two of us sat down and we went through like consultants. So I picked my consultant, picked my hospital, and she told me that between 12 and 15 weeks I will be getting my first scan, and I can go for a scan if I want. Before that it's €100, but Paddy can't come with me to any of the scans because of COVID. I don't know how exactly that's going to vary for me, because I'm kind of like emotional at the moment. I'm very emotional. I didn't think I'd be this emotional. I'm not a crier, I'm really not. I know you guys have seen me cry a few times on YouTube, but in general, day to day, I ain't a crier. I'm just not. But I've been pretty upset like the last few days and just crying, and you know, it's all good, but like there's so many changes going on in my body already, like nuts. I will be doing a first trimester update when I get my first scan, just to make sure that everything is okay. And you know, because that's kind of like around the time when something could go wrong, or you know, fingers crossed everything is good. So once I get my first scan, we'll do my first trimester update. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's a little bit of an impromptu video, very unplanned in every single way, but like Paddy said, it's all good news. And yeah, we're having a baby and it's due in May. So the little girl, little guy will be here in May, and we're all very excited, and the grandparents I think are the most excited. So yeah, we're gonna have a little baby, starting our family. Very exciting. What more can you say? I have been ranting on for so long. This is like the longest video ever, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, and I will talk to all of you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.